The result of a grenade explosion is this heap of soup. It might not be what you were expecting to see since, despite the fact that there are numerous grenades that can be used both offensively and defensively, most people automatically associate the name grenade with this one. The British Special Air Service used a grenade to burn down the Iranian embassy, and a US Marine was injured when one fell in front of him. Erroneously, 3 prevalent grenade fallacies depicted in media, and the reasons why some grenades not only aren't made to kill, but also don't even explode. Grenades. Defensive versus offensive grenades can be divided into defensive and offensive types. Examining the effective kill radius of a grenade might help you distinguish between offensive and defensive explosives. A defensive grenade is one that requires the person tossing it to take cover if the kill radius exceeds the maximum distance it can be launched from. The employment of offensive grenades, which have a larger throw distance despite having a smaller kill radius, is often reserved for attacking soldiers. As you might have guessed, the majority of fragmentation grenades, which are frequently used by military worldwide, are defensive grenades, with the exception of those created to create booby traps. These grenades function by scattering several fragments upon detonation, rather than producing a significant shockwave. Despite this, they are utterly deadly if they explode nearby, and this Marine has first-hand knowledge of it. Corporal William Kyle Carpenter, the man you are currently looking at, shouldn't be alive. When a grenade landed inside their sandbagged position on November 21, 2010, Kyle Carpenter and another Marine were manning a rooftop guard station in Afghanistan. Kyle made a quick rush towards the grenade in an effort to protect his fellow Marine from the lethal explosion. His wounds were really serious. He went into cardiac arrest 3 times, and each time medics were able to revive him. He then lay in a coma for 5 weeks. Kyle underwent close to 40 procedures, ranging from replacing his jaw and teeth to fixing a collapsed lung. His one eye was also lost. Kyle Carpenter was awarded the Medal of Honor in June 2014, making him the nation's youngest living recipient. Dispersion grenades. Early fragmentation grenades would explode, shattering the grenade's body into pieces. Modern fragmentation grenades, however, have a smooth coating on the outside and numerous small, fragmentable bits inside. They simply go poof and kick up little dust upon explosion. Contrary to what you see in movies, where grenades produce a large fireball, this does not happen. Consider using your teeth to remove the pin. Is that even conceivable? Look closely at how the pin, with its ends curled out, is fastened to the grenade. Between 7 and 17 pounds of force are required to remove the pin. Even if you could do it with your teeth, you would probably end up losing a few of them in the process. Contrary to what you may expect from a movie, you virtually never have enough time to pick up and redirect a grenade that has fallen in front of you. High explosive or concussion grenades are another sort of anti-personnel grenade. Instead of depending on pieces, grenades primarily damage by shockwaves. German stick hand grenades are an excellent illustration of this. A separate sleeve that is intended to break apart into fragments when detonated can be added to some concussion grenades to turn them into multi-purpose fragmentation grenades. Concussion grenades should not be confused with flashbang-style stun grenades. Explosive grenades. Flashbangs are non-lethal weapons that are made to make a loud bang and a dazzling flash of light without causing lasting damage. All of the eye's light-sensitive cells are activated by the fast flash, making vision extremely difficult for around 5 seconds. A momentary loss of hearing may also result from the loud blast. The effects of this type of grenade might temporarily neutralize the enemies by confusing their senses, making it valuable in hostage situations. Stun grenades can cause flames in the presence of flammable objects, even if they are not intended to cause death. In one incident, this led to the burning down of the Iranian embassy in London. How the Iranian embassy accidentally burned. In 1980, 6 armed men invaded the Iranian embassy in London and kidnapped 26 individuals. If you are unfamiliar with the tale, I'll briefly summarize it here. The gunmen killed one of the hostages after 6 fruitless days of discussions. 20 minutes later, a squad from the British Special Air Service placed a stun grenade through the skylight, while another team used explosives to blow up the side of a balcony. The building was extensively damaged by flames brought on by the stun grenade. 5 of the 6 gunmen were dead, and all but one of the hostages were freed. The 6th shooter received a life sentence but was freed in 2008 after serving 27 years. He currently goes under a different name and resides in the UK. Modern anti-tank grenades do not use a shockwave to kill tanks, in contrast to anti-personnel grenades. An early example with considerable problems is the British sticky bomb from 1940. Even when the victim was somewhat near to the tank, there was no certainty that the grenade would land. From the American bazooka and the German Panzerfaust to the famed Soviet RPG, grenade launchers solved the issue of proximity. However, the contents of an RPG do not resemble those of an AP grenade. Shaped charges are the category for RPGs and anti-tank weapons in general. An explosive material is packed behind a metal liner that generates a cavity in the middle of a shaped charge. The charge explodes when it makes contact with the target, generating a pressure wave behind the metal liner. This causes the liner to deform in a way that creates a focused jet of metal particles that shoot out in a straight line at hypersonic speeds and can cut through a tank's thick armor like butter. Toxic grenades. Thermite grenades are supposed to be placed on their target and do not exactly burst, unlike the preceding varieties, which are launched from a distance. Thermite, on the other hand, burns at very high temperatures. Hot molten substance is what is left behind. In order to prevent your adversary from capturing your tools, thermite grenades are an excellent choice. It might also be used to destroy the tools of the opposition. I have some breaking bad news for you if you've heard about a one-man commando using thermite to destroy the Gustav gun. That tale is a fabrication. In actuality, the day before US soldiers arrived, the Germans themselves destroyed the gun. Smoke bombs. The grenades in this next group are designed to signal, disrupt, or conceal. Smoke grenades that combined with white phosphorus had the potential to almost instantly produce a huge white cloud. Despite the fact that white phosphorus is very hard to put out and would burn anything it came into touch with, the majority of the time, modern smoke grenades are much less intrusive and are used to mark a location, alert the soldiers, or produce a smoke screen to hide the movement of infantry or marines as they approach the shore. The last query is, how long would you have to click the like button if we were to pull the pin on this video?